Sri Lanka, blessed with an abundance of fauna and flora, has a long tradition of conservation. This goes back to its ancient Buddhist tradition, which teaches the respect and compassion to all living things. Tourism industry in Sri Lanka, story of untapped potentials. This country is still missing opportunities to increase the investments and the jobs and to use tourism revenue to conserve the environment and sustainably support communities in all parts of the island. Sector has not fully captured its true potential and thus has not reaped the expected benefits so far. Untapped potentials is a symptom of a 3 decade long civil war during which large parts of the island was unsafe to travel to. Infrastructure was not maintained. During this time, the tourism operators were limited on their products and services that they could offer. Risk on taking visitors to places and experience outside the large resorts were very high. For instance, there were extensive restrictions on marine based tourism activities, and there were no opportunity to develop the domestic civil aviation sector. So, what happened? International visitors saw Sri Lanka is a cheap destination where the products and services are limited to sun, sea, and sand only. Sri Lanka was exclusively traded on rice. Operators survived by offering low rates. The products and services are more homogeneous and commodified, so there is a tendency for the operators to undercut each other in a price war to the bottom to gain a market share for relatively inelastic demand situation. It does not denote that Sri Lanka is an expensive luxury only destination. The root philosophy advocates that the value is not be viewed solely in the monetary sense, but in terms of experience, authenticity, diversity, community, and sustainability. So there must be a value for money in every category of experience you receive. The general population still does not view tourism as a sector that is good enough for their children to build up their careers in. The social and cultural perception will change only if the local communities are fully engaged in the process of developing tourism sector and then they feel empowered to be the proud custodians as well as beneficiaries of the valuable endowments around them. To continue up the growth curve, Sri Lankan tourism sector must reframe its value proposition to conserve the assets, develop better define new markets and products, engage and involve the local communities as participants in the tourism industry. Successful development of the tourism sector requires vision, planning, strategic commitments. To action to achieve this vision, untapped potentials of tourism sector will sustain support from all stakeholders, especially government and the private sector. Growth in the sector, visitor numbers, investments projects, international interest have taken place predominantly and organically, without a definite vision and without a coordinated planning. Visionary and strategic guidance of brand positioning, as well as plans and policies for value addition, has not been consistently executed. Trade is in a clumsy situation where the malicious foreign party has crunched the trade significantly, leaving peanuts to country coffers. Significant loopholes and weaknesses are visible in the multiple transaction cycle, which affects country coffer and local communities adversely. So, problem is how, why, and who held responsible, and under whose purview. As to my opinion, independent authorized government body should play a major role in evaluating the operations in a timely manner. If this is not done, overall integrity system can be jeopardized because the malicious foreign party has the opportunity to cover the track by providing false information to local review. Critical review, dynamic analysis is very important to capture their structural dealings. Therefore, Sri Lankan prospects for sustainable tourism growth is therefore at a critical juncture. So, government independent body should play a significant role in capturing the levies sake of conserving the assets and prosperity of the tourism industry. Thanks.